On my knees when I think where I've been, what I'm going to do, I'd rather be here in India with you. And I'll tell you why. It takes an older man to come to a country that he's never been before. I have been to 146 countries in the last 50 years. I've been in 500 cities. And I wanted to come here so long, but I wasn't ready because I was too young and I did not know enough. But I'm here not to sell you anything, not to preach to you, but to tell you who you are and what your opportunity is, especially compared to my country, the United States, and to China. I spoke in 80 cities in China during the past few years, 80 cities, all over 1 million people each. And I have a feeling in my heart that India is in a position to be not only one of the greatest global economies, destined to be more powerful, more productive, and lasting longer than the United States on top or China on top, and I'm here to tell you why. The reason India will be a great powerhouse is because you are family-oriented, very hardworking, but remember, family-oriented culture. You produce quality goods and services, software, engineering. When I go to a physician in America, I go to an Indian physician. When I want an engineer, I pick an Indian engineer, Indian software, Indian businessman. Because you don't even know how far advanced you are in the things that will count in the rest of the 21st century. You're competitive, you're the second largest population in the world. You will stay either second or become first. And you have something that I want to share with you because I want to compare you with China, not negatively with China, not negative to them, because I happen to believe that America is becoming like Europe and China is becoming too much like America, especially Hollywood. China likes Hollywood, and you're different because you're smarter, you're more cultured, you care about each other more, and it isn't just the money. The future belongs to human capital. Human capital. Human capital is much more important than financial capital, and you have the human capital. Education must be dominant. More important than natural resources. I spend a lot of time in Abu Dhabi and Dubai. My son-in-law handles all of the real estate investments for the United Arab Emirates. And they want him to spend $21 million per day in investing from the oil money into real estate and software and creative services like high tech. So he goes around the world looking for great investments. There has never been in history a culture or society that has ever survived its own success. Something always happens, doesn't it? And in fact, we never learn from history, so we keep repeating it. We get materialistic, like we are in America right now. We have what is called skin deep culture. Only skin deep. That's an oxymoron. Skin deep culture means Miley Cyrus, Justin Bieber, the Kardashians, soap operas, reality shows that are totally unrealistic. And everybody wants to elect to our offices of president the king and queen of the prom. Because we don't necessarily elect leaders, we elect people who are popular. And we're a kind of country now that is right on the edge of either moving forward or falling backward. And unfortunately for China, they are looking too much at the skin deep culture we have in order to put face on all material, all money. And money is only transportation. It's called immediate gratification. Skin deep values. Everyone's looking for entertainment instead of education. So it's all on, see, when you get to be rich, you get bored. And when you get bored, you need visceral stimulation. And the people who make fashion viscerally stimulate you to make it even more edgy all the time. So I've been debating the motion picture industry in America, which likes to shock everyone, the music industry, the television industry, and they know that if they can just keep it further shocking, they'll sell more tickets, because tickets only sell to people who are shocked by what they're watching or hearing. So entertainment flourishes. Decay comes from inside. It always has been, it always will. You get to the top, you can't stay on top because you rest on your laurels and get knocked on your rear by whom? The rising expectations of developing nations. Decay always comes from inside out. The new wealth, especially in China and some of the developing nations, is very different than the old wealth. Some of it is very quiet because people are recognizing that showing how much you have is not that exciting to other people. The Americans used to be the ugliest, worst travelers because they were obnoxious, rude, and pushy. Now, more and more cultures are becoming obnoxious, pushy when they travel because they have money and they expect to get what they want by shouting, pushing, yelling, and being arrogant. So arrogance becomes part of the fare when you're rich, because you actually feel superior to other people and you begin to look toward you. Self-importance becomes the fare of the day. And it really bothers me that the more you have, wouldn't it be reasonable, the more you have, the nicer you are? Why would you not be nicer when you had everything? Why wouldn't you be more humble, giving, caring? Because you have so much. Why would you feel superior and be aloof and feel better and put people down? It's because you came to your money in a way that only means something to show other people how far you've come. This is what I call Chinafornia. That's China and California mixed. This is the toy world. He or she who dies with most toys wins. Wrong. He or she who lives with most joys wins. So we get Chinafornia, which is all the stuff. You arrive at your 20th high school reunion in a helicopter. You have a yacht on the right that has a car inside, and it looks like a space-age yacht. You have Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Coach, Bentley. You can't have Mercedes. The Mercedes in Dubai have to park on the back lot. They're considered a taxi. So Mercedes and BMW are parked in the back lot, and in the front lot is only Lamborghini, Ferrari, and Bentley, the better cars. So you have to be extremely careful when you're looking at wealth as to what true wealth is. And I think true wealth means so much more. Is being very considerate of other people. That's being wealthy in its truest sense. And my object in life is to take all the money that I've made and redistribute it in my lifetime so that other people will benefit from the work that I have done, as well as my own children. As a result of my death, I'm giving all my money to abused orphans. And they say, wait a minute, We feel like abused orphans. You've been traveling your whole life. I said, I know, and I've understood that. Money should be transportation, a library card, a trip to culture, a well dug in Africa, a hungry mouth here, the ability to take the money that you've earned and make a decision to fund a scholarship, somebody who's ill, somebody who deserves it, is the greatest thrill of all. And I want to go out naked the same way I came in, but it's awfully hard to figure out just when you're going to go and how much money you need. But for me, it's the greatest thrill for me to plant shade trees under which I myself will never sit. That is my goal in life, to be the shade tree planting business.